I know I don't do a ton of like bicycle industry news style videos, but this information was so big it warrants its own video, especially after I spent way too much time researching. I have some thoughts on it, and I have something in my eye as well. Today we are going to be discussing Pawn Holdings buying Dorel Industries. So to make a long story super short, who is Pawn Holdings? Pawn Holdings is the parent company, the umbrella corporation that owns Santa Cruz, Focus, Cervelo, Gazelle, and Dorel Industries, as most of you know, are going to be the owners of Cannondale. They also own GT and Schwinn. So it's a big deal that Pawn Holdings is buying them. But before I actually jump into the meaty goodness of what has been going on, if you do enjoy this kind of content, let me know. I would be more than happy to give you my honest opinion about any bike company, any bike brand, but I do want to put a preface. Why can't I talk this morning? I do want to give a preface, though, that a lot of this, I will give you the facts, and then I will give you my speculation, because I've been in the bike business for a very long time, so I by no means an expert on the bike industry, but I have enough knowledge where I can give an opinion, but that's what it is an opinion. Don't hold me to any of this. So the first thing that I want to put out there about Pawn, and this is when they pop back up on my radar, like, what exactly are you guys planning? So Pawn, at this point in time, in 2017, they bought like 17 car dealerships in the US. High-end car dealerships. I know some of them were Porsche dealerships. Pawn actually is a company from the Netherlands. They were the first company to import the Volkswagen to the US in like 1949, I believe. So for the majority of Pawn's existence, they have been an importer and distributor of other people's products. Now, the only product that they actually own themselves is bicycles. They are really big into heavy equipment as well. In the Netherlands, I think they are the only importer of Caterpillar product. So Pawn does well for itself. So why are they getting into this bicycle thing? A couple of months ago, they popped back up on my brain feed that I got going on here, and they were buying Mike's Bike. If you don't know what Mike's Bikes is, I believe if they are not the biggest, they are one of the biggest bike shops on the West Coast. They have multiple locations, very good reputation, and they are the biggest specialized dealer in the US. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure they buy the most specialized out of any bike shop. Now they have Mike's Bikes. They have like 17 high-end car dealerships in the US. They also have like 20 heavy equipment dealerships in the US. We're strictly talking about the US here. This is extremely interesting as well when you put it with the current shipping crisis we have. Pawn also has, just in their distribution network, 14,000 employees. So Pawn just entered into an agreement to purchase Dorel for $810 million, with the deal finalizing before the end of the first quarter in 2022. And that is huge, because this would bring together such big brands. Like I said before, if all those brands are under one roof, it could potentially unseat Giant as the biggest brand in the world. Well, I guess it wouldn't be biggest brand. It would be the biggest bike company, right? At least in terms of revenue. So this brings me to why. Why did Pawn buy the biggest purchaser of specialized bicycles and not 2 months later purchase the owners of Cannondale GT? Sidebar here, I don't know how Cannondale's inventory has been, but at the shop, the GT inventory has been a joke. And I know that the inside guys have nothing to do with this, but they just keep telling us, guys, you can't even place an order until January of next year. They just released, the new Sensor or the new Force? They put out ads for it. Nobody can order that bike. I'm baffled by what is going on there. And then they come out that they're getting bought, and that just makes more sense. This brings me to my speculation. If you lay out the facts, what is Pawn Holding? Pawn Holding, they own bicycles. That's about it. They have a bunch of retail and rental locations for heavy equipment in the US. They have a bunch of car dealerships in the US. And then they just purchased Mike's Bikes, one of the largest, I think they have like 10 stores on the West Coast, one of the largest bike shop, I guess you call them a chain, in the US. 70% of their sales are electronic bikes. They have a very large distribution network that is theirs. So my speculation with all of this, and I could be completely wrong with most of it, I would not be surprised if we started seeing some electric bikes, some high-end e-bikes in all of their car dealerships. I think that's going to be a thing, but I also don't think that's going to be one of their main driving forces for this. Maybe they are getting this distribution network geared up to do like a Canyon style deal where you can buy these bikes online if you want, but they do have a chain of retailers that is theirs that they can have service their bikes. That's another speculation that I think could potentially happen. This was more of a heads up, guys. Santa Cruz now owns Cannondale, or I guess they're all under the same ownership. So it's Santa Cruz, Cannondale, Focus, Cervelo, GT, or at the end of the first quarter 2022, it's all going to be the same, all going to be under the same umbrella, which is nuts. I would love to hear your guys' speculation on what is going to happen to these brands, what Pon is doing. I personally believe they're going to definitely push the e-bike market pretty hard as a mode of transportation even. I think there's a lot to talk about in that, tweaking e-bikes maybe to where they would sell on a showroom floor at a car dealership, but that's for another video. I want to keep this one kind of short just to give you guys the information. But yep, there you have it. As I learn things, I will be more than glad to share it with you guys. Shipping is getting a little bit better. I hope to do a shipping update somewhat soon in the next little bit. I did have the vid, the dreaded vid. I am completely healthy now. Thank God. Thank you all for the kind words. That's why I had to miss the cross racing the past few weeks because I was sick. Instead of taking it easy, I'm jumping right back in with a 12-hour team relay event in about a week and a half. So I will do a good video on that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I hope to see everybody there. Love you all. Yeah, let's go. Let's buy. Let's buy. Let's buy.